Hey guys, welcome back. I rented a Panga. So I am right now in southwestern Costa Rica. I rented this little Panga, as you can see, and we are going fishing. Basically, fishing from shore here has been challenging because there's a very high tidal change and there's just not that many big fish near shore. It's more smaller fish, and then to catch bigger fish, usually people will live line fish from shore, but the better luck has really been out on kayaks. So today we rented a Panga. I got this Panga, I got a 4-day deal for 50 bucks a day. So really good. 50 bucks a half day. So still really good. But fish on. Fish on? Okay, look, he's on. He's on. I have. So he's trolling. He's trolling right there, a little rapala. And he's already on. ¿Está bueno?
Sí, papá, está buenísimo, mae. Pelea como macarela.
So it's 3 of us right now. He says it fights like a mackerel. And if it's a mackerel, I'm gonna fillet that thing in a second. It's going straight in the cooler.
Macarelota.
Macarelota,
Gigante.
big mackerel.
Gigante.
Big mackerel.
Gigante.
My.
Big mackerel. So it's taking some good line on him.
We're
gonna bring it up here. That was fast. We've only been trolling a couple of minutes. Hopefully this thing doesn't get off or break the leader, because these mackerel have some really toothy fish. Ahí está. Oh, está buena. Is that a good mackerel?
Está mal pegada, cabrón.
Boom! Nice. Bájala.
Se reventó la línea.
Nice. All right. The line just snapped. Look at that. The line snapped in my hand. Look at that. Nice Sierra mackerel. I'm gonna start trolling out here because there's fish around. That was fish on really fast. And look at the size of this one. This is a good one. So let's see if we can get some more. All right, no more intro because I do want to catch
Vea lo
some
mal
fish.
que estaba pegar. Muy mal pegada,
Yeah, that hook just came out. It was badly hooked. We just barely caught it, so that's very lucky. But look at that fish. All right, so I'm gonna start trolling right now. Look at this. You can see I got this light rod, and then this is the lure I got on here. So it's like an anchovy herring type lure. I'm gonna cast all the way back, just flick it out there, and then I'm gonna let a little bit of line go just so that it's way behind the Panga. I don't want any fish being scared by the motor noise. So then once it's far out there, let's close this bail, and there we go. You can see my rod tip just twitching like that. That has that lure swimming really nicely. Let's see if we get hit. We already got one mackerel. I know they swim in schools, so hopefully there's more around. All right, we're heading toward a big school of fish right now. We can see them, so we're just approaching them. We're gonna approach them slowly, and we're just gonna cast. We're gonna cast the pollito too. The pollito's a little jig that has been super effective over here, but there's fish blowing up right here. Right now we're just getting as close as possible, then we're gonna turn off the motor to not scare off any fish, and then I'm just gonna cast, but I can see them blowing up right in front of me. Look at that big bait school. It's coming toward us. We're in a perfect place. There's definitely some mackerel in there. We've seen some rooster fish jump right now. There's a lot of bonitos here, and if we catch one, it's going straight on the circle hook, and we're gonna troll it as live bait. So he has the best chance of catching a bonito right now.
Casi.
Yeah, fish on. Yeah. There we go. I think this is a mackerel. Oh, good mackerel. This is a good mackerel. These guys are toothy though. I'm just hoping he doesn't bite my lure off.
Esta macarela más brava. Voy a ese lado.
This is a good one. Yeah, this is a heavy fish. Let's see. I don't want to lose it, so I'm just slowly bringing it up. And you can actually see the bait ball is gone. So just a couple of seconds and now there's no more fish jumping, but we did get hooked up. And whatever the heck this is, I hope it's a mackerel, because if it is a mackerel, I've hooked into a good mackerel. Este está grande. Creo que era macarela. Yeah, I'm not even sure this is a mackerel. This is big. There we go. Come on, nice and gentle. Come on up. Oh, it's a tuna. Yeah, it's a black tuna. So basically here there's two kinds of tuna. Yellowtail tuna and this black tuna. Yellowtail is delicious, and you've probably eaten it. And then this black tuna right here, it doesn't really get eaten, but it does get used as bait. It just doesn't taste good. It has a very dark meat. And all the way over there, there's a big bait ball. So we're gonna go right to it right now. So look at this. This is our tuna. This is gonna be our bait for today. This is great bait. And you can see it's just got that really fast action right there. You can see it twitches. These tuna, oh, there's fish jumping right now, so I'm gonna cast. But these tuna, basically, they start twitching and they just twitch their bodies. That's how they can swim at such high speeds. But look at that. A lot of fish just go out. That's the last thing they see. We're gonna put this guy down, use him as bait, and I'm just gonna get casting because I'm gonna see if I can pick up another fish. We're gonna try to go in front of that bait. Basically, you wanna approach bait balls so that they go to where you are. You don't wanna hit them from behind because the fish will be just swimming away from you. You wanna go where they're gonna be. So just look and then calculate it. That's why you'll get hit. Look at that, bait ball is completely gone right now. So they're just here and then the boat comes near, you know, the motor can scare them and they're gone, they'll dip. So the plan is to go that way. If you look at a map, the Osa Peninsula, this is out toward that Pacific. Out that way is open Pacific Ocean. So we're gonna troll that way. I'm gonna sit on that cooler and troll. You can see we got our little makeshift roof. She made that, so it's actually amazing she was able to do this. And it's a real lifesaver out here because the sun is scorching. That little bit of sun cover will probably save the day for us. Back to trolling. We just got over to the spot. We're gonna pick up some live bait here and hopefully we'll chuck that out. I've caught a bunch of roosters out here. I caught a 50-pound rooster the other day right here. So if you want to check that out, click right there. But for now, I got this jig. We're gonna look for some mackerel while they drop down the sabikis. See if we can pick something up. We stopped here and I was gonna jig, but now it's much shallower, so I'm just using this. Back on this one, and then when it's deeper, I'll jig again. Oh, I didn't have the camera on. Oh my God. Whatever I just hooked is big. Whatever I just hooked is big. I was just throwing that little lure. I think it's a mackerel. It was fighting like a mackerel. Oh, good run. And the first run I took was by far the biggest. I can see it coming up a bit. I think it's a mackerel, but just in case it's something that jumps, I'm keeping my rod tip just ready for that jump. Let's see. If this is a mackerel, it's big. Oh, está enorme, está enorme, está enorme. Oh, it's huge. Oh, it's a huge mackerel. It's a big mackerel. That's a huge mackerel. Let's see. Oh my God. Please don't get off. They're fixing the motor right now, so we're having motor issues. I'm just gonna have to grab this guy as soon as I can. Let's see. It's coming around. There we go. There we go. Look at this mackerel. Nice. So I'm just gonna keep casting right here. See if I can pick up more. But this is the second nice mackerel of the day. Look at that. That's beautiful. This is gonna be food. I'm just gonna keep casting though because there may be more. Here's our mackerel. Look at the colors on this fish. Look at those dots. So beautiful. And these guys, I had just switched my leader. I had 25-pound fluoro. I switched it to 50, and that's great. Great job, because this guy could have just bit through that. Look at that toothy mouth. So awesome. I'm gonna put this guy in the cooler and keep fishing. Look how close we're trolling to the beach. We're literally right off it, just a couple of meters. And this is just because there's a drop off right there. So my line is back there, right next to the beach, and these predators, they use the drop off to corral fish. Hopefully we get hit. All right, so we arrived at a reef. I'm actually staying right there, right by that jungle over there. That's where my little cabin is. And if you've watched some of my other videos, like this one right here, you'll see I come out here in the morning to fish from the kayak a lot. So this reef is pretty productive. I typically use a pollito here, but I'm gonna throw this same lure because it's been doing really well. We lost about a 12-pound mackerel here the other day. They just cut the line, but we've hooked a good amount just in these waters. So I'm just gonna troll this and see how it goes. Oh, fish on! Fish on! Fish on! Big fish! Big fish on! Big fish on! Oh, this is big! Big fish on! This is good. This is a good one. Look at this. I don't know what this is, but whatever hit it just exploded the rod. I'm just kind of dragging it. It might be a big snapper. Snapper are kind of just heavy. Does not fight like anything. Mackerel like, not a rooster, but it's heavy. It's heavy. Trolling right on this reef with that little lure. That little lure has been killer for me today. That's a little Yozuri lure If you want to check out all of my gear, I put all of the links in the description of all of my videos. So that's how you can check them out. Oh, it's gonna jump, it's gonna jump. Oh yeah, maybe not a snapper. Oh, it's a big mackerel. Is it a big mackerel? It wasn't fighting like a mackerel, that's weird. Yeah, look at that. That's a big mackerel. Look at that fish right there. I'm gonna bring it out from under here. All right, let's see. I'm gonna get this guy over here. This thing really was not fighting like a mackerel. I'm really surprised. De una. Ahí estamos, there we go. Oh, another big mackerel today. Look at that fish. What a nice mackerel. Look, we're getting out of here because the reef is just right down there and we're getting some big waves. So we need to get out of here. Look at where the waves are. Woo! Meanwhile, I'm gonna dehook this mackerel. There we go, look at my mackerel. Good fish. Look at this right now. We're going out of the peninsula. You can see over there, the mountains behind the land you see right there is Panama. And then on the other side, this is just Osa Peninsula, Costa Rica. If you look at a map, we're heading out the gates into Pacific Ocean. So we're looking for deeper water where the yellowfin tuna might be hanging around. No. No, pero pásame mi jig. Oh, fish on, fish on. I was just reeling back because we're gonna drop down an anchor and get some bait, but that's a fish on. Woo! Nice, I was not expecting that. This is a weird fighting fish. I don't know what it's... Whoa. I don't know what this is. It's just kind of trucking along. Let's see. We're right by a beach that has a river mouth. So, let's see, let's see. Oh. It's a snapper. Pargo. That's a good snapper. Yeah, see, those snapper have smaller runs. A ver, Chauri, de una te quitas, ¿verdad? Una, dos, sí. Whoa. There we go. Fish in the boat. And look at this snapper. This is a nice yellowtail snapper. These guys are delicious. People here love them. The locals love them. And this is a pretty good sized one, so it's going in the cooler. I'm gonna have this guy for lunch one of these days. All right, after that snapper, the waves, we didn't notice. We went very close to shore and then our motor wouldn't turn on, so we had a bit of a scare with the waves. But we are good now, so we're back on our way. Too windy here, too choppy here. We're gonna head back to the reef. We'll try tuna another day, but it's just not worth risking anything in this Panga. Literally, the back of the boat is a couple of inches above the water. This is not great. Really, really not great. We've been making our way back for about 7-8 kilometers right now. Just going back in the Gulf, where it's protected. There won't be these waves, it won't be this choppy. But we've been having to heave water out of this little Panga. We're sitting back there with buckets just heaving water out, and right now she's driving, and then we got two people up here, and that's because we want more weight in the front than in the back. Since the back is already loaded, we want the lightest person driving right now, so it's perfect. But we definitely need to get somewhere safe, so making our way over there. We've been driving for a while now. Way too choppy. Look how high up the tip of our Panga is. Look at that. I'm literally looking down on these guys. It's so choppy. Look at that. Ugh.
What?
We're literally seeing waves come up behind the motor and we have to speed away from them. So it's getting interesting for sure. We are out of the danger zone. So we were in some big waves right there for about an hour and a half. Pretty stressful, but we're in the Gulf now. We're good, we're safe. And I'm just trolling that little lure that's been getting me all the fish today. We're gonna anchor down next to a buoy, throw some bait, look for some live bait as well, and just see what else we can catch. All right, so we're anchored up now. You can see we're getting some water out of the boat still because it was pretty full. We were literally, probably there was 2 inches of water, 2 solid inches of water just in the back the whole time. So we're getting it out. And meanwhile, I'm gonna fillet this big black tuna and we're gonna use it as bait. So it's not a great eating fish, but for bait it's great. And look at the size on this one. So it's a nice chunky fish. Whoa! Look at the bait I just pulled out of this guy. So right out of his stomach. We're just filleting him up for bait, but look at that. Good sardine. She's got hand line, he's got rod. And meanwhile, I'm gonna see if there's anything big down there. So they're probably gonna be catching small snapper. I'm just gonna focus on trying to get a big fish. This thing will get hit by big snappers. It's a big jig. It's really deep here. So I'm just sending this thing down. Let's see if I can pick something up. Once it's down there, I'm just gonna close my bail and I'm just gonna reel up, but I'm just gonna pump this thing up. And it's just this process and I'm just repeating it. Oh, fish on. Yep, see, that was fast. That's a fish right on the jig. Oh, it's a moonfish. I'm gonna put this guy on as live bait. This is really good live bait. All right, this is great. This is actually a great catch. So look at this little moonfish. I've used them when fishing for big rooster fish and it's been really good. I'm gonna release this guy, sort of at least. I'll give him a light cast over there and then he'll swim off. I'm gonna give him a good amount of line before closing that bail. So once this guy's taking a good amount of line, I'm just gonna close the bail on him and then I'm gonna loosen my drag really low. Oh nice, she got a fish. She's using the tuna cut bait. Meanwhile, I'll just put the rod down here and basically if this line starts going that drag, I'll hear it. I'll let it eat the moonfish for a good amount of time because it's a pretty big bait and then boom. Oh nice. Nice, that's a grouper. That's a grouper. She just got a little grouper. We're going back to trolling. This is probably our last chance to catch something. Let's see if we can do it. All right guys, that's all I got for today. So hopefully we'll do this again tomorrow, see how it goes. But yeah, today we spent about 2 hours just going like 10 kilometers out to sea and back because it got too choppy and it got kind of scary. So hopefully tomorrow will be better. We did catch some nice fish though. Those mackerel are really good tasting and they fight really nice. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get on more fish. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. Until next time, tight lines.